Vikings, let's win the game.
Hey, Purple Nation, are you ready to dive into the latest Minnesota Vikings buzz? We've got a wild ride today. Kicking things off, the biggest mock draft guru out there just dropped his final take on the Vikings, and it's got the fan base buzzing like crazy. Next up, we've got the scoop on a rookie who's got a top 30 visit lined up with the team. Yep, the kind that often ends with a guy wearing purple. Then, there's a glaring gap in the roster screaming for answers, and we're digging into how the Vikings might fix it. Rounding it out, the team could lose a key player, but Kevin O'Connell's got a bold plan up his sleeve to flip the script. Welcome. Show your Viking support by reaching 100 thumbs up on today's video. With the draft creeping closer, a bombshell just hit the table. Mel Kiper, the prediction king, dropped his final mock and pinned a name that's splitting the fan base right down the middle. Picture this. At pick 24, he's got the Vikings snagging Donovan Jackson, the Ohio State guard. Yeah, a guy who's flexed his skills all the way out to tackle. But right now, he's got hearts racing, and not always in a good way. Why's that? Nobody saw this coming. Fans were dreaming of Gray Zabel or maybe a cornerback, but Jackson. It's a cold splash of reality for some. Here's the deal. Kiper says our O-line's begging for help. After grabbing Will Freeze and Ryan Kelly, Jackson could be the finishing touch, sliding in for Blake Brandel at left guard. The kid's got agility, technique, and only gave up 4 sacks in 40 starts. Sounds like a dream, right? But here's the catch. Tons of experts peg him as a second-round talent, not a 24th overall pick. Purple Persuasion lit up X with, "Not feeling this one. How about you?" Fans are freaking out, calling it a reach that could haunt us. Here's the breakdown. Christian Darrisaw's still healing from that injury, and Brandel couldn't hold it down without him. Jackson, at 6'4" and 315 pounds, might be the guy to lock down that line. He's a beast in the run game more than pass protection, which fits Kevin O'Connell's 2025 plan to pound the rock. But what if we traded back, nabbed some extra picks, and still got him early in round 2? That'd be the sweet spot, right? Because coughing up the 24th pick on a guard with so many other holes is tough to swallow. Some fans think it's a slick move. Others are yelling bust. The Vikings Uncensored podcast threw gas on the fire. If it's a guard at 24, give me Booker or Zabel. So what's your take? Is Jackson the O-line's future or a shot in the dark? Things are heating up with the next bit. Another name's popping up on the purple radar, and this one's got a vibe you can feel from a mile away. Guess who's turning heads? Brashard Smith, the SMU running back who's got Vikings scouts buzzing. Yep, he's got a top 30 visit locked in, and if you know the drill, those often turn into purple jerseys. But why a rookie running back with Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason already in the backfield? Hold tight. This story's getting juicy. Smith's a speed demon at 5 feet 10 inches and 195 pounds, with acceleration that leaves defenders eating dust. He racked up 1,659 yards and 18 touchdowns in 2024, proving he can wreck shop. Plus, he's a pass-blocking whiz, pretty much a must for O'Connell's system. The downside? He's not a bruiser, not the type to bulldoze through, and he's only got 1 full season as a starter under his belt. Still, NFL Draft Buzz says, this kid's got day 2 upside in an offense that plays to space. Picture him as RB3, tearing it up on 3rd downs or stretching the field wide open. The crazy part? Minnesota's eyeing him for the 5th round, a pick Kwesi Adofo-Mensah still has after last year's trade frenzy. Why not grab an RB earlier? Well, that Jordan Mason trade showed they're beefing up the run game without burning high picks. O'Connell said last week, "I want to run the ball in 2025. Smith's the perfect spark. Speed and versatility in spades." Fans are already picturing him slicing through defenses, but some are like, another RB with Jones and Mason? In a draft loaded with talent like this, letting Smith slip by would be a crime. He could be the X factor nobody sees coming, especially with his kick return flair. Do you think he's rocking purple soon? Or just another name on the list? Because what's next will flip your whole perspective. There's a roster detail screaming for attention, and nobody's quite sure what to make of it. Think about this. Check the Vikings depth chart 2 weeks before the draft. How many tight ends do you see? 2. Just 2. TJ Hawkinson and Josh Oliver. That's it. Johnny Munt bolted to the Jaguars. Nick Muse got snatched by the Eagles. and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah hasn't lifted a finger to fill the gap. Is that normal? Nope. And it's got fans scratching their heads big time. Last few years around this time, we've always had 4 TEs locked in. In 2024, it was Hawkinson, Oliver, Munt, and Muse. Same deal in 2023. Even back in 2022 with Irv Smith Jr. and the crew, the list was stacked. Now, it's a ghost town. Are they holding out for the draft? NFL Network dropped a hint this week. Ben Urosek, ex-Georgia and Stanford, had a top 30 visit. He clocked a 4.64 in the 40 and has 123 career catches. But he's a 7th-round projection. Not exactly a game-changer. Guys like Moliki Matavao and Luke Lachi are in the mix too, but nothing's jumping off the page. Or maybe a vet's coming? CJ Uzoma and Jordan Akins are out there, cheap and ready to add depth. Gerald Everett or Mo Ailey Cox could bring some punch, but the front office's radio silence is deafening. Then there's the wild card. What if Kwesi goes big and grabs Michigan's Colston Loveland at 24? J.J. McCarthy's old teammate could be the post-Hawkinson future. His guaranteed money's up after 2025. It'd be a gutsy, game-changing swing. Fans are split. Some call it neglect, others smell a master plan. With the offense needing weapons, is 2 TEs a sign of faith or a hidden ace up the sleeve? What's coming next will stoke that purple fire even more. While the tight end mystery simmers, another storyline's tugging at Kevin O'Connell and the squad, Jordan Addison's future. He's heading into year 3, but that DUI from last summer's still looming like a dark cloud. An NFL suspension could hit, and we all know the offense takes a dive without him. He's averaged 893 yards and 19 touchdowns over 2 seasons. Stats don't lie, but O'Connell's chill, dropping a line that's got us fired up. I'm expecting a monster year from Jalen Nailor. Yep, the WR3's in the spotlight to step up. Check this. Addison missed 2 games last year with an ankle tweak, and Nailor came in hot. Against the 49ers and Texans, he played 85% of snaps, snagged 6 catches for 85 yards, and punched in 2 touchdowns. Ended the year with 414 yards and 6 scores, but consistency? Shaky. He had just 1 grab in 8 games. O'Connell's banking on him, though some fans aren't sold. Nailor's a 2021 6th rounder in his last contract year, and never been the go-to guy. Can he handle it if Addison's sidelined? Here's more. The receiver market's nuts. Addison's 5th-year option starts at $16 million, jumping to $20 if he hits the Pro Bowl. Nailor could snag $10 million in 2026 if he pops off. With prices like that, grabbing a mid-round wide receiver makes sense. Someone to spell Nailor now and maybe take over for Addison later. Vikings have a knack for drafting receivers, so why not roll the dice again? Folks are already chirping, is Nailor the answer or just a Band-Aid? There's gotta be a backup plan. A rookie could bring instant value and keep us afloat if the hammer drops. Losing Addison to a suspension would sting, but Nailor stepping up, or a rookie rising, keeps the dream alive. What do you think? Can Nailor carry it, or should we hit the draft hard? Man, what a day, Purple Faithful. Donovan Jackson's got us split down the middle. Brashard Smith's revving up the hype. The tight end gaps got us guessing, and Nailor's the wild card if Addison's out. All this just days from the draft. It's heart-pounding. It's strategy. It's that Vikings gut check we live for. Take a deep breath. Purple's burning bright. Which of these hit you hardest? What else does the team need to pull off? Don't forget to share this video, leave your comments, and subscribe to the channel to receive all the latest news about the Minnesota Vikings. Stay tuned. SKOL Vikings. Let's go.